Hello, welcome my baldy bearded friends. In today's video we're gonna talk about why the moustache disappeared and reappeared amongst the youth. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about alopecia barbae today. That will be a video for another time. I think about making that one. But now we will be talking about trends for the moustache, or better said, moustache trends. All throughout history, many trends came in and out of fashion regarding beards and also moustaches. England's medieval knights had armor made to accommodate a long, lustrous moustache. In the 14th century, King Edward, Prince of Wales, was commemorated effigy on his tomb in Canterbury Cathedral, and this shows him in full battle dress with chainmail encasing his face and neck, but allowing his long whiskers to flow on top of it. If I can find a photo of it, I will put it right now on screen. But it's quite cool that, the moustache has such a rich history. Of course, going back all the way back to the dawn of time. But that will be a very long video to make. No, we're gonna jump into the 19th century. In the end of the 19th century, the discovery of bacteria made that many occupations required a shaven face, such occupations as handling food, cooking, etc., but also in healthcare, like I work myself today. I'm actually a nurse. That was because they discovered that bacteria existed. They didn't really know what it was. They didn't really know about how to clean it very well, but they just thought it would probably be in hairs. So a beard is hair on the face, so if you can get rid of it, it probably would spread less germs. But probably the nail in the coffin of the moustache reign was the First World War, with its many gas attacks. Of course, most in northern France, the soldiers, and of course Belgium, the soldiers required to wear gas masks, and moustaches created a leak in the seal of a gas mask. So if you had a moustache, you effectively rendering your own gas mask futile. And that's why many moustaches or disappeared, they shaved it off, or you get the toothbrush moustache, which is the very thin upper lip moustache, which is of course very known throughout history because it was being worn by a pretty prominent figure from Germany a few decades back. These cultural changes were also seen in politics. What very short thing about it, but what I thought was pretty interesting because President William Howard Taft in the USA was elected in 1908 to become the POTUS, the President of the United States of America. But he was the last President of the United States of America elected while having a moustache. So you can see with JFK, with nowadays you had Clinton, the Bushes, Trump, of course, all those figures, and Trump again right now. But none of them have a moustache, or even a beard for that matter. In the 60s till the 80s, the moustache had its I would say, last popularity push in modern times, starring, of course, in popular series like Magnum PI, and of course worn by popular icons like Freddie Mercury, Eddie Murphie, Lionel Richie, Michael Jordan, Tom Sellec, of course. But it was a pretty brief popularity. What is it? 20 years, something like that. Perhaps a little bit long. Just a few decades of popularity till the start of Movember in 2003. Then the moustache regained a little bit of popularity. November, of course, a month where men let grow their moustaches because they wanted to raise more awareness for men's health issues. But alas, the moustache has never really regained its former popularity, except for 1 month a year. So I wanted to talk about some of the causes of the decline of its popularity of having a moustache. First one is, of course, that having a clean shaven face is the new normal. In yesteryears it was normal for men to have a beard and of course a moustache or just a moustache. But nowadays it's normal to have a clean shaven face. So that's a part of the decline in popularity. The second one, where having a well-maintained moustache used to be a sign of, in past centuries, of having wealth, a sign of wealth, because you could afford a mirror, and that was in that time really expensive. And you know, to maintain your moustache, you really need a mirror, because otherwise you can't, you know, maintain it properly. Nowadays, almost everyone can afford a mirror, so that doesn't hold up again. The third one will be negative associations in media. Most often criminals, pedophiles, and men of yesteryears, you know, the real old men in series and videos and video games and whatever, are portrayed in media with moustaches, giving it a more of a dusty stigma, if you will. The fourth one will be being a prominent feature of appearance on two of history's most cruel dictators. I'm of course talking about Hitler and Stalin, so that doesn't help that much also for its, you know, modern time popularity. And last one is of course the being a prominent feature and association with the gay scene. Ending off this video, first, I think it's real interesting. I think it's nice to make a video a little bit, you know, out of the box, a little bit different kind of video for once in a while. But finally, my take on the moustache. I think a nice full moustache, well kept, can still be pretty amazing. Personally, if you see my videos by now, I don't have a real full moustache, otherwise I would rock the beer stash every day. But if you can rock it, I think it's a great look. Looking again at the rise of the popularity of the beard stash styles, I think the moustache will never truly disappear. It's just riding the waves of popularity decade by decade. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Ciao.